Why not? Seems like a perfectly good idea to have as many different experiences as one possibly could. And so the animal kingdom represents a diversity of experience and a desire on the part of source energy to have as many different experiences as it possibly can. So it is a wonderful thing to have that expression on your planet with you, the animals, as they represent that aspect of source energy. Well, we would put it another way. We would say that the soul is having an experience of itself, yes, similar to the way that humans do. And in fact, the souls of the animals are sometimes also the oversouls of the human. So the oversoul has many different ways of expressing itself in physical form, and one of those ways is as human and one is as animal. And so one oversoul can have an incarnation that is human and has many, in fact, incarnations that are human, and an incarnation that is animal, and they are all happening at the same time. It is not as if you start out as an ant and you work your way up to a frog, and then you become a cat, and then you get to become a human. All those incarnations are happening simultaneously, and there are more than one being inhabited by the same oversoul at the same time. Well, not in the same way, but they do experience emotions, yes. They are operating differently than humans do. They have different ways of knowing themselves, and therefore they experience a lesser degree of the intensity of emotion that a human does, because it is as if they are operating in a different dimension, even though they are sharing your dimension, your space with you, because they tend to have a much higher frequency than humans. And the higher you go in frequency, the closer the poles become in the range of emotions that one will feel. And so therefore you don't have the same intensity of emotion, but you do have the same variety of emotion that a human has. Well, animals tend to be the ones who inspire you to that deeper connection. So one way is to simply spend some time with your animals, or spend some time with someone else's pet if you don't have one, or simply go to the pet store. To be around animals is, for most humans, a very soothing and comforting experience because of their higher frequency So, yes, we suggest that you set aside time to play with animals and to simply let the animal guide you into how best to connect, because they know that they are here to serve you, to serve humanity, and to help you in balancing out your frequencies. So it is quite natural for them to provide that service to you, and they are more than happy to assist you in finding your connection to yourself and with them as well. You are the ones who are afraid. You are not scaring them off by being simply in their presence. They are not afraid of you. They are moving towards a better feeling frequency than most humans carry. So the more time that any of you, whether you be animal or human, the more time you spend in nature, the higher your frequency state becomes. So those animals are vibrating at a very high frequency, and sometimes you humans come along with your worries and your problems, and you take them into that place where animals usually exist, into nature, into the forest or some place like that, and they sense the frequency that you are offering, and they are not afraid of it, but they will always move towards a higher frequency state, so they will move to where you are not. Mm-hmm. Now, in order to connect with those beings in nature, we suggest that you spend some time raising your frequency before you go out into the forest or the meadow or wherever it is where you are likely to see these animals, so that they will not move away from your frequency. They will coexist with you, and there are many who have learned how to do this, and there are many examples of those individuals throughout history who were able to coexist with wild animals because they were able to master holding a higher frequency state. Yes, because even though they are not in the wild anymore, when they are taken into your homes, they still carry with them a higher frequency state. It is their nature to be higher frequency beings, and they knew, the ones who are your pets knew that they would be your pets, just as your children know that they will have certain parents. So they come in knowing that they are coming in to be with you and to help you, and yes, they are certainly capable of raising the frequency of the owners, provided that the owner is able to reach that frequency that the pet is holding. If the disparity is too large between the owner and the pet, then sometimes the owner may find the pet to be annoying. But that is only because the frequency state being held by the pet is so much higher. And it becomes uncomfortable for the owner to be around such a high frequency being. So that is why you can sometimes see a pet owner who does not treat their pet so lovingly as many of you who would see that pet and simply want to give it a new home.